Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for S&P 500. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on the daily time frame, we've had this correction going on for quite some time. We can take the peaks of RSI and draw a trend line here, and we see that we're still within this larger correction. Now, it is possible, of course, that we are getting higher than this, and then we could be saying that indeed this was the bottom. Now, however, if we are looking at this structure as a WXY that I have presented before as well, to me this does not look finished. Currently, we have a few different options on this last leg starting from around 30th of March, and we'll look into the possibilities here. Now, the first possibility is that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 here, finishing the A wave here. At this point, again, we would be expecting a very large wave B here, and then a C wave coming down. To me, this does not look that probable, as the wave W was this size. If the wave A would be this size, then it was already going to be making a very much larger structure than this structure over here. So there's really no correlation with that. Although I'm still going to be keeping this count around just as a possibility. Now, the second structure is this one, in which we would have this structure as an ABC or an A, B, and C. Whichever these work, there is possibility to get 5 waves in each. One or the other is going to be looking a bit worse, but again, it is possible. This would get us to wave W, then ABC into X, and then we would be getting 5, 3, 5 downwards. At the moment, it does look like that indeed, if we are tracking this count, that this is an A wave completed, and then B wave and C wave. We'll get into the reasons why I think wave A is done now and not looking for a wave down like this, but instead wave B would soon to be done or completed, and then looking for downwards again. The last possibility is this one, where we would have this as an A wave, B, and then C wave. Now, at this point again, we would have this C wave be really small compared to the wave A. We did get to the minimum extension required here for the wave C of 0.618 for this 3-way move. But indeed, again, this structure generally wants to get to the 1-to-1 extension to get us some better looking structure overall for this last leg. So if we are tracking this structure, we would almost have to say that we have the wave 5 completed here. It is possible, as we have said that this is a 5-way move here, it is possible to have this as a 1, 2, and this would be 3, 4, and 5. But again, that is less likely of a scenario, and we'll get into that next. So overall, this has been concluded as a 5-way structure. This is one of the scenarios in which we were tracking before, saying that we had a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the third of minuet here. Now, the issue with this one was the extension that we had with the wave 1 compared to this wave 3. Now, at this point again, we would be expecting wave 4. Now, what makes this less likely of a count is that, again, we were expecting this whole structure to get to around these areas, the previous wave 4 of this sub-minuet structure. We did get there, but we shot up higher. So in this case, we would have to prefer some other count if they are available, and they are available. At this point again, we would definitely not want to see a 0.5 retracement of this structure. Why? Well, because wave 3 was so large. Generally, if the wave 3 is this extended, we definitely don't want to see a 0.5 here. 0.382 the max. Same as we had the expectations for this wave 4 to stop here, around these areas. Okay, so that is the reason why this is making less sense as we go. Now, the other scenario was that we had this as a 1, 2, 1, 2. I explained on one of the videos how this could be interpreted as a 5-way move here, as a expanding leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2 as presented on the other scenario. Now it looks like it is this one as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. At this point we would get the extension of this third wave of minuet higher around to the 4.618, which is definitely not as extended as we would have the wave 3 down here. At this point again, we would get our wave 4 like so. Again, we would not get to the previous wave 4, at least on this count, but we did get some kind of retracement around the 23.6%. Now, at this point, we could establish this as a 3 or 5-way move down here, completing the wave 5. We did get to our extension targets here for the wave 5 between two different Fibonacci levels. Definitely not the greatest area, but again, sometimes they just don't line up perfectly. At this point again, we would be looking for higher prices as this structure was going to be done. Now supporting this count, let's take a look at the RSI. Did we have some in here? I have so many lines, too many lines here. Let's go back to 4 hour maybe. We had this trend line coming down, and we did break it with the wave 4. That is something that happens quite often, but not always. At this point again, we would say that we had a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this here was the low of the wave 3. At that point, we would have this divergence on RSI between the 3rd and 5th. Also between the 3rd and 5th of this lower degree here. So that would make sense. Again, linking this up to a higher degree count would be not this one, but this one. At this point again, we would have that 5-way move here, finishing this A wave, looking for this B wave to finish, and then looking for that next leg downwards, the C wave, to complete the wave Y. At this point again, this is a 3-way move that we're looking for, and overall we are now retraced 50%, currently at that order block of 1 hour, as we had on the Nasdaq as well, or Dow Jones, sorry. Now we could be looking at higher prices as well. 0.5 is generally a good spot to look for the wave B to reverse, and then another area would be this golden pocket. Of course it could get higher, but as we are confirming this as a 5-way move and the start of something, we don't really generally want to see it go beyond this 786. Generally, always as we have gone beyond the golden pocket area, this structure is more likely to go up higher than continuation downwards at that point. At that point again, we could be looking this as a possibility of finishing something. For example, the count we had before, which was this one, I think, saying that we had an A wave here, for example. But yeah, that is pretty much that. I hope that is clearing up some confusion about that and why I prefer one count at the moment. Now, there is still a possibility that we are going to be climbing higher. This is the bull case saying that we had a 1, 2, 1, 2 here, then 3, 4, and 5 on micro, and then again subminuet 3, 4, 5 to come. We are now at the 1.618 extension of this leg here, so at the latest, let me see if I have it here, nope. At the latest, we could be looking this as an A wave, B wave, and then C wave. At this point again, we would be looking for this structure to finish as a 5-way structure, so 3, 4, and 5. We'll see what happens though in the market open on the Monday. The bearish scenario, and this is the only scenario that is supporting the idea still of this being a wave 4, is this one where we have this ABC. Now I've said multiple times that this extension here is not likely. This one, where do I have it? We have to be starting with this because we go beyond the 1.618 extension on this ABC. It is possible, of course, that we do that, but it is generally not that likely. At this point again, we would get asked to hit wave W, then X. We get to the golden pocket right here for the retracement and then go higher. On this one, we have 5 waves in this first leg, so we're looking for 3-way pullback and then 5 legs again. At this point, we have already gone to the 1.618 here on this count, so we could be looking this as either finishing now, or again, we would be looking this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like on the other count. At that point again, however, as we are expecting 3-way structure overall here, we would be looking at something else. Now, it is also possible that we can link up this together, and as we are saying that we have the ending structure here on the lowest low around 36.35 on the even the bearish counts here, we could be looking at starting the count structure here. At that point, we would just delete this one here and do not have this expanding diagonal or expanding flat, sorry. And that would turn this structure into an A, B, and C. However, again, more likely is some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as we have extended so far. But it is still possible that it is still that ABC that we are generally looking for the wave B to get up higher, right? So these are the possibilities. To me, my playbook includes that we are currently looking for just a bit higher than this one and then dumping down for the continuation of that last C wave. Now, overall, still bearish, lower time frame, we still could be looking for that higher price. On RSI, we have created this double top basically here on RSI, so we'll see if this is indeed a third of something or something else, but really high overall on RSI at the moment. On multiple time frames, we can see that we have very oversold or overbought areas, which again we would be expecting a dump downwards. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to share today on S&P 500. If you have other accounts you would like to share, there's a link to my Discord server in the description below. Also, if you would like me to update a certain other asset, let me know in the comments below. For now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video. Bye bye.